that sound is. Let's go. Back again on this Sunday, week 6, NFL. Let's get to it. On a 17-day streak. You know what's crazy? Woke up this morning tired as shit from the game last night. Game was hectic. 4 goals. Ended up in a 2-2 draw. Come on, Revs. But we did say, right? We did say, coming back from international duty, some players may not play, some players will play. Like Alphonso Davies right now, he started for Bayern Munich. They're up fucking 5-0 at half. 2 more hitters to start the day. But they took him off in the 39th minute. There's no reason to keep playing him the rest of the game or even until that point. So, for the Revolution, they didn't start Tejan Buchanan or Buxa, but brought them on. I think they got 1 goal with them on the pitch, but it was a game where it was rainy at times. Times they didn't control possession, some bad passes, but they played pretty good. Hit the over 3.5, but I don't know, one of them games kind of sketchy. But for today, we got NFL locks. I'm gonna go over my DFS lineup, and we of course got my prop bets. So let's get into it. I'm gonna run through some soccer locks to get it started. And 5 more hitters yesterday. Bro, that Man United game, hectic. Liverpool, plus 250, minus 4.5. I had a feeling Firmino was about to get his hat trick. Sucks you can't parlay, because I would have took that, and the over-under was at 4.5 too. I would have took them both. Ended up being 5-0 victory. Would have hit, but fuck it. It's mad funny. You're just sitting in the chair getting cut up and whatnot, watching the game. Hitters all over. They don't stop. So, got this Bayern Munich game on right now. Imagine they put up, what's the over-under on that right now? Look at some live odds. How we kicking it. You know what's crazy with RI Sportsbook? Bruh, they got rid of the Netherlands. There's so many goals in that league, they straight got rid of it. Look at this. You go over to Europe. Bro, where is it? Exactly. You see Norway? Where's Netherlands? That shit's crazy. I would have definitely bet on Isaac Alkmaar yesterday. But to get us started, over in the Premier League at 11:30, Newcastle at home versus Tottenham. Now lineups have dropped. Harry Kane in the lineup, Lucas, and Ndombele. Decent lineup. Oliver Skip, he's aight in the midfield. Emerson Royale, solid wingback. Pick up over the transfer window. I was about to say all season football. So, what's kind of crazy, Brian Keel, he's not starting yet. It's kind of wild. But if you look at the latest matchups, it's been over 2.5 in 2 out of the last 3 meetings. I'm thinking this is almost guaranteed to hit. You got goals all over. And if you look at Newcastle's lineup, no Dubravka. They got Caleb Wilson, Willock, St. Maximin. Bruh, solid lineup. Jolatin's even in there. This is going to be a back and forth game for sure. Going to hit the over. If we look at live odds over here. So, for that Newcastle versus Tottenham game, we'll take Tottenham's the favorite right now. We just seen their lineup. Solid. And over 2.5. And the last 3 meetings with Tottenham on the road, guaranteed lock. Over 2.5. The next one we had was this Bayern Leverkusen versus Munich game. We had the over, and we had Bayern Munich. Let's go. 2 hitters. Looking like it's about to hit right now. Still 5-0 in the 51st minute? So, hopefully stays that way. You never know with the Bundesliga. But the next one, at 12 o'clock noon, we got Napoli versus Tardino. Now, if you look at Torino, which was surprising to me yesterday, Verdi out, Zaza out, Payet, Xhaka, missing some key players. But with only, 7 goals given up this year, that's absolutely insane. Been playing solid lately. And if you look at them, where'd that go? And if you look at them versus Napoli, draws in 3 out of the last 5. It could get tough, but I think Napoli's playing at top notch right now. And if you look at Napoli, 7-0. 7 wins, no draws, no losses, 18 goals, only 3 given up. Guaranteed Napoli gets this done. I'm not sure about the over-under. I think they might squeak by with a 1-0 victory just because how Torino has been playing on defense. So I'm going to lock in Napoli minus 275. And if you look at the live odds right now, over in Italy, shit gets hectic. So minus 275. Over-under is at 2.5 with minus 150. Favorite to hit the over. Not sure about that. That's probably not going to hit. But this next one, Juventus taking on Roma. Now, Juventus, still minus 118 favorite. Could perform like they have been lately. But versus Roma, they find it tough to score. See Leverkusen randomly getting a goal back with Patrick Schick. We just seen that live on it. But Dybala out, De Ligt out, Rabiot said he has an illness. Pretty sure he was just playing for France. And Juventus won their last meeting, draw 2-2 in the game before, and Roma won 3-1 on the road. It's really back and forth battle. But one key thing I see with the over-under at 2.5, we've seen it hit at least 4 goals in 3 out of the last 5 meetings. That's guaranteed to hit over 2.5. So I'm locking over 2.5. Not sure who's going to win that game. Roma's been playing well. We look at the standings. Roma's in 4th. Only 8 goals given up. Scored 16 themselves. Juventus only 11 goals. Plus 1 goal difference. Not really good so far. But losing Ronaldo, shit gets hectic sometimes. And especially when you don't have Dybala. Crazy. So I don't know who's going to win that game. But it's guaranteed to hit the over 2.5. And actually, now that we're looking at the added market, over 3.5, the exact odds of that Leicester versus Man United game, over under 3.5, added market bet, plus 170 odds to hit the over, hit yesterday. So we sending it again for this game. Locked it in. I'm gonna write that one down. For sure. We look for little trends like that. So that's a couple other ones. At 3 o'clock over in La Liga, Barcelona taking out Valencia. Now, Barcelona minus 205 favorite. That shifted up 10 from minus 195. Where's the over-under at? Over-under has now shifted from minus 145 to minus 160. That's my lock for this game. Barcelona hasn't been playing good as of late. If we look at them over here. Dembele out. Pedri not playing. It's gonna hinder their performance. For real. Only 1 win out of the last 5 games. 2-0 loss to Atletico on the road. Lost 3-0 to Benfica in the Champions League. That's crazy. And then if you look at Valencia, only 2 goals over their last 3 games. And same thing. Over their last 3 meetings between both the teams. 1 win for each side and a draw. And over the last 5, you add another win on each side. That's crazy. But one key theme I see here is over 2.5 goals. Guaranteed to hit. Cansado Guedes. He's an absolute monster. And that game is at 3 o'clock. So make sure you go send that over 2.5. Let's get it. Let's get it. See, do we want to send this other one? I have a little flyer, right? Over in the Czech League. Over in Czech Republic. Minus 250, Sparta Prague. Now, over under at 3.5. Sparta Prague, if we look over. Now, Czech Republic. If we look at the standings, right? Pardubice in 14th, only 1 win on the year, 6 losses, have given up 19 goals. Sparta Prague, on the other hand, 25 goals himself, only 9 given up, have won 7 games out of 10 with only 1 loss. This is guaranteed. And if you look at the key stat right there, zoom in on that. Playing home matches at a different stadium. So they don't even got, their team is not even playing at their actual home stadium, and that could hinder certain fans being able to get to that stadium. You never really know how that works out. So Sparta Prague on the road, I'm taking a minus 250. Lock it in. Where they at? Lock start at 11:30. Got to get this out before. So I'm gonna just run through my NFL locks and props. We over here prop locking and dropping it. Let's get it. Green Bay minus 240 at Chicago. Certain theme to these locks this week, I think. Is it the road teams? Are the road teams going to get the victories this week? Let's see. Cincinnati minus 190 at Detroit. Kansas City. Even though Clyde Edwards-Helaire is out, I think they'll get it done on the road at Washington. Mahomes will have the day, and he's going to have to. So, Kansas City, minus 320. I'm going to stay away from the spreads in certain games. Minus 320 at Washington. Lock it in. LA Chargers, coming off a big victory over the Browns in an absolute shootout. Baltimore, coming off a comeback victory versus the Colts. Defense didn't look too good. You let Wentz, throw for 400? Herbert's going to come out and ball in this game. I'm taking the Chargers plus 2.5. Let's see if that shifted. It probably did. It shifted the other way. I'll take Chargers plus 3 all day. All day. Eckler, he's going to turn up even though Baltimore has a good rush defense. I think he'll probably work out of the backfield, catch, 7 to 10 passes. They're going to need that from him. They're going to need Jared Cook to turn up. And Mike Williams, he's banged up. So, Keenan Allen, Marlon Humphrey, that's the matchup you got to watch out for. So, I'm going to take Chargers plus 3. But Ravens, coming off a big comeback victory. Chargers rush defense, I think, is the worst in the league. It definitely is, giving up 157 yards per game on the ground. And gonna have a day. So, it's probably, what's the over on that? It was at 51. It's still at 51. I think this will be a back and forth game, guaranteed to hit the over. So I'll lock in the over too. Let me write that down. Circle that so we know. Let's get it. So I'm gonna take the Chargers plus 3 and the over 51. Let's go. Let's get it. The next locks we got the 4 o'clock games. We got Cleveland at home versus Arizona. First home team we're going to take this week. And solely based upon Cliff Kingsbury. Now he's on the COVID list. I don't think he's dealing with symptoms, but he tested positive back-to-back days along with the GM. So he's going to be out for this game, and we've seen with teams dealing with coaching, I don't know, whether it's in the defense, it could even be like a linebackers coach and like someone who may call plays to certain players. Say they're out, certain other people have to take over. We've seen that hinder teams' performances. So I'm going to go with Cleveland minus 180 at home versus Arizona. Let's get it. The next one we got, and what probably going to be game of the week if it wasn't for that Chargers-Ravens. Bruh. Cowboys on the road at New England. Now Cowboys dealing with some plays banged up. Should play. If we go over here, look at shout out Rap Sheet. Geno Smith, first start since 2017, Sunday Night Football. We're going to end with that lock. McCaffrey and Chris Carson on IR. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. It seems like everyone expected to play this week. Like as I was going through, it's like either optimistic, expected to play, looking good based upon pregame workout, certain shit like that. It's looking good this week. T.Y. Hilton, let's get it. It's always good. Let's give it up for that man. Coming off IR, that neck injury. But Rodrigo Blankenship, heal up that hammy, big guy. Come on. That shit was crazy. He got the goggles. He got the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar joints. That shit's hectic. But if it's helping him, let's get it. So, see, they got more tests today. That's crazy. Cam getting the vaccine. Personal choice. That's kind of crazy with the Arizona Cardinals. But everyone else, like Tua came off IR. He's playing today over in London. I stayed away from that game. Last week, Jets fucked us over. So, NFL London games, I don't know about them. I don't know. If we look live right now, how they doing? Dolphins just 13-3. That's like, you got Urban Meyer trying to give out the 2-finger discount and shit. Like, that boy, I don't know. It might be downhill for the Jags rest of the year. For sure. 6 carries, 18 yards. Marvin Jones started him. Let's go. 3 catches, 30 yards. Come on, boy. 9 of 15. That's not horrible. 102 yards. But Tua out there balling. 147 in the tutty. Okay. We over here showing ads about to catch the copyright. So let's get back into these locks. We're going to take Dallas on the road versus New England. Even though they are dealing with injuries. I think Zeke, he might have a day. He just might have a day. But the Pats rush defense, they don't play around. Only giving up 111. Not too bad. They step up and their pass defense. Also, pretty damn good. Just got rid of Gilmore. Only giving up 206 through the air per game. Dak, big game for him on the road. But I think he will get it done. They have all the weapons to get it done. And Dallas minus 175 at New England. Lock it in. Let's get it. And Sunday night game, Pittsburgh minus 5 at home versus Seattle. Seattle just put Russ Wilson, T's and P's. Shout out P-Mac. T's and P's. Thoughts and prayers with that man. Hope he recovers quick. But it's a rough injury, right? Finger all fucked up. Chris Carson now on IR for at least 3 more weeks. So it's going to be tough for Seattle going on the road. And Pittsburgh's pass defense now has been doing better. They only rank 19th, which mediocre, middle of the pack, only giving up 260 yards per game, but they are at home. And Geno Smith, I think that was really like coming in, hype of the moment shit at the end of the last game. He did perform well, and he can perform like pretty decent as a starting quarterback, but versus Pittsburgh on the road, it's going to get tough for him. You're going to Heinz Field, the Steel City. Come on. We locking in Pittsburgh -5 on the spread. We're taking the spread on that one. Sunday Night Football. And the over-under at 43 points. Probably going to be a hard-nosed game. Seattle just released Trey Flowers, the cornerback. So, pretty sure that was his name. Facto. Oh, and the Bengals claimed him. Let's get it. That's a solid pickup for the Bengals. Good shit. So, those are my NFL locks for this week. Got 7 on the slate. And then over to the prop bets. Justin Herbert, over 2.5 passing touchdowns, which is at plus 170 odds. I think he's going to come out straight slinging rock like usual. And versus Baltimore, if you look right there, zoom in for it. 29th ranked pass defense, giving up 296 yards through the air per game. I think Herbert's going to come out balling. And Patty Mahomes, over 2.5 passing touchdowns, minus 120 odds to hit the over on that. And going up against Washington, 28th ranked pass defense, giving up 293 yards per game. They don't have Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You're going to have to throw the ball. You got Darrell Williams, which I picked up in fantasy. And if he's still out there, which he shouldn't be, but if he is, go scoop him. Start him this week. And they're going to have to throw the ball either way. So, over 2.5 passing touchdowns, I think that's a guaranteed lock. Tyreek Hill, little banged up with a quad injury, but they're saying he will play. They have weapons out there. Kelsey's good to go. Darrell Williams out of the backfield. McCall Hardman. They're going to have to get busy. And I think they will. But that's going to be a close game. That's why I stayed away from the spread. It's at minus 6.5. Kansas City could come out and dominate. But on the road at Washington, I think it could be a close game. So, and the little flyer we got for this week, over in that Kansas City versus Washington game, Antonio Gibson, I think solely based upon, if you look at Kansas City's rush defense, giving up 141 yards per game, I think Gibson will get going on the ground. If we look at FanDuel, he's going to be one of my picks for sure. He's questionable, but wouldn't worry too much about that. Where's he at, though? He was literally right there. Shin injury, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Going up against Kansas City, bottom of the barrel run defense, and hasn't topped 70 yards since week 1, but you see the carries are there, and with only 2 targets each of the last 4 weeks, they're going to have to start throwing it to him. He broke off that 1 touchdown in week 3. I think he will get targeted like he was in week 1. He needs to start catching the rock, though. But averaging over 14 fantasy points in 4 out of the last 5 games, that's solid. So I'm going to take Gibson and Kelsey to score a touchdown. Now, Kelsey over the past few weeks, if we look at tight ends, only 1 touchdown over the past 3 weeks. Hasn't eclipsed over 60 yards in the past 2. So I'm looking for him to bounce back in a big way. And they're going to have to start feeding him the rock. 10 targets in the last game, okay. But 6 targets in the previous game to that, can't be having that. So, Kelsey, I think he'll definitely get in the end zone. The odds on that, Gibson and the Kelsey touchdown, plus 240 on the money line. Little flyer for the day. And what's this? Bayern Munich still up 5-1. Absolutely dominant victory. That's crazy. Oh, give you some sound on it.
Still twists and turns.
Oh.
And there's Richards chasing it as well in the penalty area.
And that's Richards. Richards in the penalty area. So, those are my locks and props for the day. We're going to go through my FanDuel lineup quick. We're starting Lamont Jackson. I think he's going to have a huge day on the ground. His over-under on his rushing yards, I think it was at 69.5. Let's see if that changed, which it probably did. Last week it was at 60, I think 61, or maybe 60.5. Come on. So, if we look at rushing, Lamont Jackson, yeah. 72.5 now. He's going to have a huge day on the ground. Chargers worst rate, rush defense. He's going to have a monster day. So I'm locking him in, especially with how he's been passing lately. Chargers have a pretty tough pass defense, but they do let up some yards. And Lamont Jackson, 8,200, lock of the week. If we look at some other quarterbacks, Herbert, 8,000, I think he'll have a monster day. Stafford, stay away from him. On the road versus the Giants, could get tough. Sam Darnold, that's really iffy. I have no idea if the Panthers are going to win today. No fucking idea. Hope Horn recovering, though. Boy's going to be a beast in the future. Future stud, for sure. For sure. And then with Stephon Gilmore, them boys going to be locked now. Dante Jackson, who's going to go into a little slot corner. We're going to have 3. That's going to be insane. Oh, Sane could have just made it 6. But running back lock, you got Jonathan Taylor taking on Houston. They're going to have to get the ground game going. Houston ranks 26th versus the rush. He's been averaging at least 18 over the past 2 weeks. Had that monster game with that long run in the last game versus Baltimore. I think they're going to have to get him going. Feed him the rock through the air. 7 targets over the past 2 weeks. Keep feeding them. Let's get it. So locking in Jonathan Taylor. Darryl. Come on, Darryl. What up, Darryl? Darrell Henderson Jr. on the road versus the Giants. Now, only 1 target last week. But the previous 2 weeks had 11 targets combined, caught 8 of them. And with at least 13 rushes in every start so far this year, gets it done on the ground. Over 80 yards in the past 2 weeks. Let's go. Darrell Henderson, let's get on the board, kid. And 3 touchdowns out of the 4 games he played in so far. Absolute beast. Brandon Cooks, bounce back game versus Indy in a division game. Come on. We need that. We need that. I think it's probably going to fuck us over. If we're being honest. Oh. Damn. Try to tell you about the mosquitoes. But wide receivers, Terry McLaurin, banged up with that hamstring. The little hamstring. That shit. You never know how it's going to go. Staying away from him. T. Higgins on the road versus Detroit. Let's go. How did he do last week? 7 targets, 5 catches, 32. First return in about a month. Gotta work his way back. Got that motherfucker. So, T. Higgins, 6,400, probably stay away. Tim Patrick versus Vegas. Now, Vegas, third ranked. Pats defense, guess what? Staying away. I'm just giving you a live look on how I look at it. It's kind of lit. So, tight end. If we go look at Hunter Henry, 5,600. Now, we've been missing on tight ends. This week, versus the Cowboys, Trayvon Diggs is going to be on the outside. Cowboys just got rid of Jalen Smith, dealing with some shit on the defense. 32nd, last against the pass. And Hunter Henry, if we look at him over the past couple weeks, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards combined, with 10 catches on 13 targets. Absolute monster. So, we're going to lock him in this week. They're going to need a big performance from him. And my defensive lock of the week, Green Bay Packers on the road versus Chicago. Chicago's dealing with injuries at the running back position. How the fuck Montgomery get hurt? And then the backup that came in for him, where's he at? I had to drop him. Had no more IR positions. Damian Williams. That's crazy. Said he's not going to play. Placed on the injured reserve COVID-19 list. 18 touches for 84 yards last week versus the Raiders. I needed that. I started that last week. Solid performance. Give it up for him. But now they're going with I'm pretty sure, a rookie now. To look more into the game. Chicago. Drake Cohen. Out for the year. That's crazy. Khalil Herbert. Now, could he get going? 18 rushes. 75 yards last week. He's a beast. Now, could this be the sleeper of the week? Packers defense? No chance. They're going to definitely lock in. So, I'm locking in for sure. Packers on the road, division game, going to be low scoring. And haven't given up more than 22 points in 3 out of the last 4 weeks. Getting sacks. 9 sacks over the past 3 weeks. To go along with 4 intos. 2 fumble recoveries. Locking in. And that was versus Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and San Fran, who all have pretty good offenses. And that was with Juju Smith-Schuster for Pittsburgh. You had to worry about some guys over there. So, and I think Big Ben, you think he's going to turn it around, or you think he's going to retire at the end of the year? You never really know. So, I think Packers on the road versus Chicago, low-scoring game, versus a rookie quarterback, lock him in on defense, and we'll probably get a pick or a fumble to the house. Lock it in. Send it. And that's the show. What we got? We got Bayern in the 80th, still up 5-1. Let's go. Start off with a nice little, I think, plus 190 odds parlay. 17-day streak. Absolutely ridiculous, dating back to, I think my last loss or day I missed was on, I think, October 1st. I think that was a Friday. Absolutely insane, going on a crazy run. Game was hella lit last night. We check out all the videos on Twitter, on IG, at @rmooney__, or on Twitter. That's at High Stakes Takes with the Z. Let's get it back again with JB on the beat. Shout out that man. And he needs to get cooking. Tottenham Newcastle game starts at 11:30. Let's go. Let's have a day.